If you enjoy Rust and want to get better at PvP but your computer isn't the best, this video is for you. We will be going over the best settings you can have for the best PvP experience on Rust despite having mediocre specs. Alright, so I want to start off by saying that there is a minimum threshold in terms of your specs that you need to run Rust. Obviously this video isn't supposed to be that way. Even if you have a crappy computer, you can still play Rust, still PvP, but I personally would recommend at least GTX 1660 Pro, which is nice, and an 16 gigabytes of RAM. And these are the minimum specs recommended by Rust themselves. You can look at these, match them to your specs. But anyway, we'll be starting off with a couple basic simple steps that will help you optimize your Windows, your computer, so that it can prepare for Rust. First thing, if you have an NVIDIA GPU, you want to have GeForce Experience installed. How you do that is you go over to Chrome, and you just type in GeForce Experience, and you download GeForce Experience right here. I already have GeForce Experience, but this is for you, and the reason we're installing this is so that you can download the latest drivers. So we're just going to open GeForce Experience, and as you can see here, drivers, the latest game-ready drivers. You just want to download that, and that'll optimize your drivers. It'll make sure that you have, you're getting the best experience possible. Other than that, you want to update your Windows. You want to make sure that your Windows is up to date. How you do that is you head on over to your search bar, and you just type in Windows Update. So you check for updates right here. And as you can see, it's already up to date, but if you have any updates here, do install them. Alright, moving on past that, you want to make sure that your VRAM or your RAM is allocated appropriately. So to do that, we're going to open up this PC right here. You want to right click here, or well, if you don't know how to do this, you just want to head on over to your search, type in File, you'll see File Explorer, click on that, head on over to this PC by scrolling down, right click on this empty space, click on Properties, and this window will pop up. You can close this, and you want to keep this to the side, click Advanced System Settings right here, and this will show up. You want to click on Settings under Performance, you want to go on over to Advanced again, and click on Change. Turn off this automatically manage paging file size, and this is already, like you can see, it says System Managed, but you can click on Custom Size and set your own. Now, what are you supposed to type here? Well, I have 32 gigs of RAM installed. So what I'll do is I'll type in exactly those numbers, or even double that, higher, 64 gigs of RAM. Let's say you have 16, you type in 32. If you have 8, you type in 16. You get the process. Now, this is initial size in megabytes. How do we figure that out? Simple. Go on over to Google Chrome, GB to MB. Quite simple, right there, gigabyte to megabyte. So we're going to type in 32 gigs, that's what we have. You get, or well, you want to head on over to this. This is better, right? Okay. So GB, just type in 32, convert that, and you get 32,000 megabytes. So you want to select this, copy, and you want to paste that right here and here. What I personally recommend, though, is doing double that. So I'd say 64, and you'd get 64,000. Just type in 64,000, and again 64,000. That's in case you have as much RAM as I do. Right, and it'll ask you to restart. You just want to do that, hit apply, okay, and you are done. Restart later. So that would be the steps to allocate your VRAM appropriately. So that's all done. You want to make sure that you've done that according to your own installed RAM. So next on the itinerary is making sure that Rust is optimized in terms of graphics on Windows. How we do that, search bar, again, type in graphics. Graphics settings should show up, press enter, open that up, go to change default graphics settings, turn this off, hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. You'll have to restart as it says right there, but you want to make sure that is off. And then you want to head on over to browse, and you want to type this in, well, this address. If you don't know where to find your Rust, typically it'll be where Steam is installed. Now, local to C for me, program files 86. I'll find Steam here. Then you want to head on over to Steam Apps, Common, and Rust right there. Click on Add, and my app's already added. that would be this one. Options here, and you want to click on high performance, right? Just like that, and save. So now Rust will open with high performance, and we have done that step. Alright, so we're back with Rust open, and I just want to take you over my settings, show you what exactly you would want to do to ensure the perfect PvP experience. First off, field of view, you want to set that to max, head bob as off, hurt flash, just a personal thing, I keep it off. My FPS counter advanced with ping, so in the corner right there you can see my ping and my FPS visible. All of this can be set according to your own preference. Nudity, I prefer underwear, to be fair, and physics with my max skip set to 0. So brightness, all that, and then RGB can be set to on. User interface according to your own preference, audio according to your own preference, controls, same thing. Screen, screen you want to set your mode to full screen, FPS is 0, FPS limit I mean to 0, and your resolution according to your computer's or your monitor's resolution. Apply changes. Graphics. Now, graphics quality set to high, render scale as 1, DLSS is off, shadow quality as 1, 2 cascades for shadow cascades, max shadow lights 0, water quality as 2, water reflections as 0, shader level max, draw distance max, shadow distance absolute lowest, anisotropic filtering absolute lowest, parallel mapping 0, global renderings off, global render distance set to 1000, grass displacement is on, grass shadows is off, NVIDIA reflex mode on plus boost, and reflex latency marker is off. Particle quality on 0, object quality on 100, tree quality on 100, max tree meshes on 10, terrain quality on 100, max, grass quality on max, and decor quality on 0. Now, on image effects, anti-aliasing is off, depth of field is off, ambient occlusion, high quality bloom, the rest of this you can do according to your own preference. And experimental, I keep optimized loading on partial. Now, that is all I have to show for myself, my own personal experience with Rust in general. This is the best settings I can give you, the most optimizing you can do, and it will give you the best experience on Rust in terms of PvP. Now I'm just going to log in, I'm going to join a server here, and you will see the graphics in play. Alright, as you can see here, I'm getting a consistent 140 frames per second, and even that's because of my own computer. That's why typically you'd probably get around 60, maybe 70 frames a second, and it's still a very beautiful looking game. There's not much of a decrease. You can even set your resolution to stretch res if you want even better PvP experience. But these would probably be the best settings you can have to on Rust, so that you would get the best experience PvP. You know, most optimized, you'll have great FPS and you'll have a good time playing the game because it even does look good. Anyway, that'll be all from my side. If you guys have any questions, any comments, please drop them below. I'll be more than happy to answer each and every single one of those, and I will catch you guys at a different time.